Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna talk about the whole show, but we're gonna start at the end and then work our way back. Okay, so the ladies have gotten all dressed up. They all look beautiful. This is the most amount of clothing that Kelly has had on this season. I loved her dress. So they're getting ready to go to dinner. They're gonna host the Prime Minister of Grenada, and child. So we're sitting at the table. Kelly was talking about where they had gone today because the girls had split up and they had gone to a place that was affected by the hurricane or whatever, right? And she was like, it's so good to give. And Shamia was like, you show up with Rolls Royces and Birkins and you don't, give properly or at all or whatever. But everybody at the table knew she was talking about Britt. Now, Britt is like, is that shade towards me? Because I'm the one that came with the Birkin. And Shamil was like, I have a Rolls Royce. She has a Rolls Royce. And basically, Shamil was like, did I say Brit? Did I say Brit showed up with a Birkin and a Rolls Royce and didn't give anything but 3 rolls of toilet paper? I didn't say that, right? But Brit felt it, and everybody at the table did too. So Brit is like, she knew something was off because earlier in the show, Britt had got sick because she had taken shots and she doesn't do well with that. And she said it's something that had come from the shot. So she knew it was something that Shamia had going on for her, right? And she felt a certain way and she let it be known. So then Kelly says that Britt didn't give the best donation, but she may not be aware of the best things to give. So now Britt has a problem with Kelly because Kelly is basically saying she don't have it. She gave 3 rolls of toilet paper. That's all she had. I mean, she gave something. So then she's like, I asked you. You told me to give whatever I felt, right? So Shamia's like, girl, why you got all this energy for me? You need to calm down. Now, Britt has taken offense because Shamia has told her to calm down. She's like, don't tell me to calm down. But Britt feels a certain way because Britt kind of was lacking in an area where all the other girls were probably not. Shamia told Britt to calm down again. She said that you are being very aggressive right now. And then she was like, I'm not going to talk to her if she's going to talk like this. And Britt is still trying to get her point across. Shamia is ignoring her. Like, it is a mess. So then she said that, Shamia, I talked to you in your face, right? Then she says, does anybody else have a problem with me? The table got quiet. And then Portia started talking. She was like, you did say at your event that you didn't feel supported by the group. Now, this is a whole nother can of worms. Child, so I love this group chat, Sweet 16 HWSs, right? That's so cute. But Portia is saying to Britt, basically, you don't try to be friends with us, right? And then Britt is like, you ignore me. So this is what Britt is talking about. And we all are in group chats. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people put you in a group chat and there's just a number. Portia came in the group chat and said, who's all in here? And Britt took it as if Portia was ignoring her. Portia just wanted to know who she was talking to. Britt just jumps on 10 for absolutely no reason. Now they going back and forth because Portia didn't have her name saved. And she said Portia said Britt, she said Portia said Britt. Like, she feels like she's being ignored. She doesn't feel like the girls are listening to her. But Britt is not trying to be their friend. Like, this conversation could have gone way different. You understand what I'm saying? She comes with the energy. Then Shamia is like, wait a minute, hold up. Can we put a pin in this? Because the Prime Minister of Grenada is coming. And we don't need to be arguing. Child, the Prime Minister has pulled up the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, right? And the ladies are swooning over him. Child, this baby right here needs to just go and pack her bags and move on to Grenada and just email her divorce decree in to the courthouse because she ready to go. He got 2 kids. You got what? 2, 3 kids. Like, she is smitten. This little one, as Portia, I'm not Portia, but as Phaedra calls her, a garden gnome, she is smitten as well, and also Portia. Now, they fresh off the Prime Minister, right? Oh, he's so cute. He's this and this. Kelly, you should holler at him. He has 2 kids. He's not married, but he doesn't have a ring, right? She's still sitting up here ready to finish her conversation. Like, she is like, okay, he's gone. Now back on you, Portia. But they were not having it. Child, they on Angela right now. And I'm with Portia. Like, Angela, why do you just say stuff? Like, hold on. This baby right here has called her husband all day today. Okay, he eventually sent her the voicemail. When she finally gets him on the phone, when she finally gets Charles on the phone, Charles acts like he is watching The Office and trying to see what Michael J. Scott is doing. Way more important than what she got going on. When she said, "Do you miss me?" he said, "Huh." That is not a word, sir. That is not a sentence. Okay? Then she was like, "You got to tell me something. Like, you don't miss me. This is the first anniversary we haven't been together." He was like, "Go on and have a good dinner." She was like, "Tell me something." He said, "Don't get into it with the girls." Not, "I love you, Angela. Happy anniversary." Now, I'm not saying he didn't say that because we don't know what the edits have done, but we can only talk about what we saw. And what we saw, it should have been, "Angela, I love you. I miss you." And she's like, "Oh, he's probably very upset because on anniversary night, we can't have sexy time, so he won't have sexy time." Girl, if Charles want to have sexy time, Charles gonna have sexy time with or without you at whatever this day is. Do you understand me? That's in my mind, but let's keep going. So Angela is real happy because the girls have had a cake brought to her for her anniversary. She was like, "This is real love. This is real sisterhood. Y'all knew I was down because I'm not with my husband." And it was so sweet. So they got up and getting ready to leave. But this one, Britt said, "We did not finish." She is still on 10, ready to have this conversation and battle it out with Portia. Girl, it's over. It was a group chat. You can see this real good, but Phaedra gave Britt some really good advice, right? Britt got in the car talking about, "I never had a problem with Shamia. Then I got this situation with Portia," right? And she was like, "I feel I need to give her some advice because she is just self-sabotaging for no reason." And she told her, "You need to show yourself friendly." And Britt is like, "Well, she's saying that I haven't invited her over to my house, but she hasn't invited me over to hers." You know, and then she said a whole lot of stuff like that. And then Phaedra was like, "Look, if somebody said they want to come to your house, you better have a charcuterie board and a bottle of champagne." And Angela was like, "You dropping gems like that?" Yes. Because Britt doesn't show herself friendly. And when Phaedra told her that, she was like, "Well, I just guess I'll just have to be fake." It's not about being fake, Britt. It's about being a girl's girl. Like, you don't always have to have a problem with a woman. Then over here, Shamia has broken me down because baby Shiloh is sick. She has so many problems, a hole in her heart, water on one of her organs, and it's some other words that she said I cannot pronounce, right? Gerald said something about they're going to have to fire the caregiver because the baby's not covered up. Now, Shamia is feeling horrible because she's out here living her best life. Her baby is fighting for her life because she's like, "My baby can't get a regular cold like a regular kid." So now I think Kelly called the other car and they was like, "We're going to go home and rally behind Shamia because she's gotten some bad news." And Portia was really there for her this whole episode. So the ladies get back to the place. Shamia goes to put her robe on and they said that they're just going to pray for her. And then this happened. Britt got down in her face and said, "I'm going to ride for you. I'm going to ride or die. And it don't matter if I say I'm your friend and that means something, blah, blah, blah." You know, Shamia had a problem with her taking shots earlier in the show. She was like, "I'll take a shot." Okay. Then she hugged her like so many times. Like, she had so much to say. It was wild. Then Britt goes over here. She gets a shot of tequila. She's telling Kelly to give her a double. Then after the girls takes the shots, she said, "We're going to get champagne." Why is Drew looking like this? Hold on. Because Britt's boobs were falling out of her dress. And she took them out and threw them onto the table. Angela was like, "Girl, you being real familiar." Fast forward to a SA lawsuit that she has going on. Nobody asked for this, Britt. Nobody asked to see your boobs tonight. Where did all this come from? Y'all, I'll have to get the other parts later, but it's your girl Millie Chun. Let's talk about it in the comments. Bye, y'all.